The Jewish presence in Lebanon dates back to biblical times, with evidence of continuous settlements from the Hashmonean and Roman periods, and even before. King Solomon sent a delegation of Jews to Tyre, Lebanon, especially to bring cedar trees, cedar wood, to build the first temple. Jewish communities developed in the Lebanese mountains, coastal cities like Sidon and Beirut, and island centers such as Baalbek, Fallujah, Hamdoun, the famous synagogue, and Aleh. My parents, when they escaped Aleppo, Syria, they settled in Aleh at the beginning, and later on in Beirut. My father became the rabbi and also the rabbi of Hamdoun. During the French Mandate from 1920 to 1943, Lebanon's Jews were officially recognized as a religious community and governed their own affairs. Jewish life thrived in Beirut, and the community numbers swelled in the 1950s, bolstered by migration from Syria and Iraq. This hall, the Edmond J. Safra Hall and the Edmond J. Safra synagogues, were named after Edmond J. Safra, who was born in Lebanon from Syrian parents. The Jewish community in Lebanon, though small, played a significant role in the country's economic and cultural development, especially in Beirut. During the late Ottoman and French Mandate period, Jews were active in trade, finance, and industry. Safra Bank was started there, helping modernize Beirut commercial life. Multilingual and cosmopolitan, they served as cultural intermediaries and contributed to journalism, literature, banking, finance, and all the Arab culture resistance. Certainly at that time, Beirut was known as the Paris of the Middle East, and Lebanon was the Switzerland of the Middle East. Jews in Lebanon faced increasing hostility as the Arab-Israeli conflict intensified. Anti-Jewish violence broke out in the late 1930s, and in 1947, Jews were expelled from Beirut University. Zionist clubs such as the Maccabi were banned. Jews were dismissed from government jobs, and Jewish youth movement prohibited. While some Christian factions protected the Jews, government policies, however, increasingly discriminated against them. Jewish institutions were shut down, Zionism was criminalized, and the press promoted public shaming and extortion campaign. And this is the picture of the bombed alliance that Professor Ohayon mentioned. The Lebanese Civil War in 1958, and especially the Six-Day War in 1967, marked turning points in the community decline as the power of Muslim and Palestinian forces rose after Black September in 1970, which I remember very well, the protest, the so-called Palestinian PLO marching in the streets of Beirut with their Kalashnikov. Jewish influence and safety eroded. Bombing, kidnapping, and assassination followed. I know few people personally, as a little kid, that they were kidnapped during the civil, and then disappeared, actually. During the Lebanese Civil War from 1979 to 1975 to 1990, the situation for the Jewish community in Lebanon deteriorated dramatically. Jews found themselves increasingly marginalized and vulnerable. Jews who had historically maintained a neutral position became targeted due to their perceived association with the Israeli state. The Jewish community faced harassment, forced displacement, and attacks on their property. Between 1984 and 1987, 11 prominent Jews were kidnapped and murdered by the Shiite group linked to Hezbollah. Many Jews felt compelled to flee the country, with a significant portion leaving Lebanon permanently. By the end of the war, the Jewish population in Lebanon had dwindled to almost nothing, with few Jews remaining in the country. Today, less than, I would say, 30 Jews remain in Lebanon. Many of them are mixed married. Many of them are descendant of mixed married couples. I was invited, actually, as the senior rabbi in the Gulf and the Emirates, I was invited to visit Lebanon officially. I requested a clear word from Hezbollah that they would welcome me, that they will protect me, and there will be no incident. The word came back from one of the Hezbollah leaders, said, "We would love to see you. You are more than welcome to come. We will protect you. However, we will never know if there is one crazy guy who might attempt against your life." Needless to say, I decided not to travel.